right, where are we going? Oh, Isla de Mujeres? What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the lab. For today's video, it's going to be all about the all-new DJI Osmo Pocket 4 P. We are currently in Cancun. So it's currently 2:51 and we have a briefing session at 3 o'clock today. Yep. What's good, man? Andy.
My wife and I have been following you for a while.
Hell yeah, where you from?
We'll be starting here in just a couple minutes.
You sit in the front?
Coffee, cooking, get some.
I'm from Oakland, but live in New York City now.
Ladies and gentlemen, Osmo Pocket 4P. Thank you. Clap for that. Thank you so much.
Alright you guys, let's unbox the all new DJI Osmo Pocket 4P Creator Combo Kit. Portable carrying pouch, the actual carrying pouch, which fits everything. And here it is. At the center is an all new 1-inch sensor, paired with a new 60mm portrait lens, giving you 2 distinct focal lengths in one pocket-sized system. Flip the screen and the camera immediately turns on. Magnetic fill light for portraits and low light situations. Wind screens for the DJI Mic 3 1/4-20 tripod mount. DJI Mic 3. You also get a magnetic clip and magnet for the DJI mic. I've personally been really enjoying the magnetic clip. A mini tripod. The new Viewfinder remote gives you another way to monitor and control the camera. This 15mm ultra-wide lens adapter opens up an even wider perspective. Installing the 1/4-20 system is super simple, and if I want to attach the mini tripod, it's as easy as this. 2 wrist straps, charging cord for the DJI mic, charging cable for the Viewfinder remote, and to wrap this up, a USB Type-C cable. Shortly after, I sat in on a briefing session with DJI where they demoed some key features around the new Osmo Pocket 4P. When switching between 1x and 3x, you can tap on top of the screen to toggle between the two, or tap this top left button to quickly switch. In video mode, we have 4K up to 60 frames per second. If we swipe right and tap on Pro, this gives us all of the manual settings of the camera. You don't have to film on Pro, but it gives you the flexibility. When you tap into the color settings, you'll notice that every available color mode records in 10-bit. In D-Log, you can use both lenses and switch between the 20mm and 60mm portrait lens while recording. D-Log 2 gives you the full 17 stops of dynamic range, but is only limited to the 20mm wide camera. You'll also see an option called color recovery. Since log footage naturally looks flat and gray, turning this on gives you a normalized color preview while shooting. Just keep in mind that it doesn't change the recorded image, it only changes how the footage appears on the display. Next, we're going to customize the C button on the top right of the camera. I'll save 4K 60 at 10-bit D-Log to C1. Then save the same settings in D-Log 2 to C2. That way I could quickly switch between both color profiles without rebuilding my settings every time. To lock this workflow in, swipe down and tap the C button. This is where you can customize what the button does. You have a few different options, but under single press, we're going to select switch C1/C2. Now one press lets us jump instantly between the two custom setups. Next, I want to show you some of the built-in AI gesture controls. Hold up your hand and the camera activates subject tracking. Then throw up the peace sign to start recording. You can follow subjects using both the wide and telephoto cameras, and it can even track multiple people in the frame. And if you want to stop, you can just throw up the peace sign again. And just to prove it, from this point on, aside from a few aerial shots captured on the DJI Mavic 4 Pro, this entire video was filmed on the DJI Osmo Pocket 4P. I wanted to challenge myself creatively to stay inside this camera's system. Everything from the behind the scenes coverage to the final footage you're watching was all captured on Pocket 4P. Some shots like these were on Osmo Pocket 4. Aside from the intro, the first couple of minutes from this video was filmed on the Pocket 3, and I want to be transparent about that. Whenever I get the opportunity to be a purist with these product reviews, I think it adds another level of authenticity. You're not just hearing me talk about the camera, you're actually watching what I could do with it throughout the entire production. I'm not perfect though. I've created other reviews where parts of the video were filmed on a different camera, but this time around, I wanted to commit. So here's the proof. Me unboxing the second Osmo Pocket 4P, entirely filmed on the Osmo Pocket 4P.
Alright, good morning, you guys. It's currently 4:30 in the morning, and we're getting ready to go to Chichén Itzá pyramid. See, I got the mic right here. Buenos dias.
Buenos dias.
Buenos dias. Hey.
6:05. We'll get there at 5:55. So yeah, we get sunrise. It's not that bad. Not that bad.
So we have a 2-hour, 22-minute drive to get to Chichén Itzá. Currently on night mode. .46, 8 minutes to Chichen Itza.
Most of this video has been technical, but that's because every creative process needs a strong foundation. And now we're here at Chichen Itza, a place shaped by nearly 1,000 years of history, architecture, and generations building upon what came before. Now that we understand the camera, it's time to start creating with it.
We shot in, or I shot in 1080, but it still looks good.
Hey, but
This is
show,
You gotta change it, so
gotta
I
show.
didn't know. I didn't know it was set at 1080 at default. So you gotta click it and swipe it, and now you're in 4K. Oh.
I also did a quick Pocket 4 versus iPhone 17 Pro Max test to compare the image quality. I originally filmed it for short form content since the Pocket 4 wasn't under embargo, but I never ended up posting it. What do you guys think? Next up we have Reme, who's going to showcase Hyperlapse Mode.
Yo, that's crazy.
Next stop, we're visiting a cenote, specifically to test those 17 stops of dynamic range. Inside, we're dealing with bright sunlight pouring through the top and deep shadows throughout the cave. So this is the perfect environment to see how much highlight and shadow detail the Pocket 4 P could preserve. While testing the camera, we met an Italian couple, so I helped them grab a few photos on their phone while we continued filming for the video. It was one of those spontaneous moments that made the test feel less like a review and more like part of the experience. For this next scene, I wanted to use the car mounts I brought on this trip. One camera for detailed product shots of the Pocket 4 P, and another to capture smooth B-roll of the city, and vice versa. But there was one problem.
It's getting hot.
Setting up two larger cinema cameras would have taken significantly more time, more rigging, and more people working outside in the heat. Because of how compact and versatile the Pocket 4 P is, we were able to mount both cameras quickly and monitor both angles using the Viewfinder remotes. Once everything was secured, we could stay inside the car with the AC running and operate both cameras remotely, starting and stopping recording, switching focal lengths, and adjusting settings whenever we needed. sometimes you find a location and immediately see a much bigger shot in your head. And for this one, I went fully into director mode. The day before, Zeke and I built this rig to create a match cut for the intro. It kept the camera in the exact same distance for every setup, which helped us repeat the framing from shot to shot. When I found this location, I thought that we could take this same idea even further and create a one-take shot with Reme and Rick. We would begin upstairs and then use the selfie stick like a small crane to bring the camera down into the next part of the scene.
Alright guys, so for this shot we have two Osmo 4 Ps currently loaded. 3, 2, 1, and action.
And honestly, we almost pulled it off.
3, 2, 1, and action.
But sometimes you have big creative ideas and the rig just isn't ready for the moment. The final shot didn't come out exactly how I imagined it, but experimenting with it is still one of my favorite parts of the process. And when you're directing your own videos, the wireless viewfinder remote can become your own pocket-sized director's monitor. You can step away from the camera, watch the framing, and guide the entire shot in real time. But on a non-experimental note, let me grab this video portrait real quick of this couple who graciously let us use this space. Did I ever mention this is my first time in Cancun? Anywho, for anyone who knows absolutely nothing about dynamic range, think of it as the camera's ability to capture bright highlights and dark shadows at the same time without either one falling apart. We intentionally filmed this shot 2 stops underexposed at -2 EV, then brought it back up to 0. One stop represents a doubling of light, so we're effectively brightening the entire image by twice the original exposure. The fact that a camera this small retained this much detail in both highlights and shadows and still gave me a clean image after that adjustment is honestly impressive. While we were out exploring in Cancun, a mariachi band spawned out of nowhere, so we had to get a scene in with them. After putting the Pocket 4P through all these different situations, the biggest takeaway is just how much camera DJI managed to fit into something this small. The new dual camera system gives you 2 completely different ways to see a scene. The 20mm wide camera uses an all-new 1-inch CMOS sensor with up to 17 stops of dynamic range. Then you have the 60mm 1.8 portrait lens. You can record in 10-bit D-Log2 for more flexibility when grading, and when you want to slow down a moment, the wide camera can capture up to 4K at 240 frames per second. All of that is supported by DJI's 3-axis mechanical stabilization, helping you create smooth movement without building out a larger camera rig. ActiveTrack 8.0 on that 3x telephoto lens is super smooth, and it's also designed to be easy to use. You can dive into the manual controls, customize your settings, and build out a professional workflow, or leave it in auto. This entire camera only weighs half a pound, 230 grams. It can capture 37 megapixel photos, and even the thumbnail for this video was taken on the Pocket 4P. The magnetic fill light came in handy for scenes like our room service setup, and with 103 gigabytes of built-in storage, along with support for a micro SD card, you can start creating even when you don't have a card installed. As important as it is to understand the technical side of the camera, I think it's even more important to actually go outside and film. I love the idea of making mistakes. I embrace them, and those repetitions are what eventually help you develop and refine your vision. I've been creating videos with the Osmo Pocket series since the original camera launched in 2018. And what I've always appreciated about this system is that DJI designed it so you don't have to constantly think about the camera. Yes, it's packed with some of the most advanced imaging technology in this class. The purpose of that technology is to get out the way, because at the end of the day, I'm not most passionate about settings. I'm passionate about storytelling. And before we wrap this up, a huge shout out to the DJI team for allowing me to be a part of the Pocket 4P launch. Shout out to Zeke, one of my best friends who you've probably seen pop up on this channel from time to time. Reme and Rick for being great company and always bringing good energy. And of course, shout out to you for watching all the way until the end. Until next time. Your camera homie. One love.
¿De dónde?
De Nueva York.
De Nueva York,
Sí.
no te lo veo,
Búscalo, se llama Andy Teo.
Andy.